money back, money back, woo! Money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like man and I won't give him back. I just walk into the booth and attack. I hit this button, the roof will collapse. I've been broke my whole life. I have no clue what to do with these racks. They be late, waist snatch. Lips like Angelina, belly truck tangerine, jumping on my, that's why they call it trampoline. Babe, like a Monday, Ferrari body. This is sweet Saturday, that's just with plastic. I say, babe, it's a, he said it's a, them pretty.
This is found on EA Sports as we welcome you to MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their men in blue emerging from the MetLife tunnels. We're set to go as the Giants get ready to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. Set for football now on a rainy Sunday afternoon, and we are underway from MetLife Stadium. Foles. Trying for the tight end. Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, partner, that was not a good omen right there. The very first play from scrimmage, and you just want to give yourself a nice, simple throw and hopefully get yourself into a rhythm. That is the last thing you're expecting. And now you put your defense in a tough spot right from the word go.
So after the INT, it's Manning. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Philadelphia getting the football back here, and when you discuss the Eagles this season, seems like looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Giants taking the field again here. And, you know, this is a team that got off to that woeful 1-7 start. They rallied a bit in the second half of the season here to get a few wins. But I don't think playing spoiler is what Pat Shurmur had in mind for his first season.
No, I don't believe that as well. And I think there were a lot of visions of going from worst to first in their division with Pat Shurmur as the head coach in addition to Saquon Barkley and getting the offense back on track with Odell Beckham Jr. being healthy again. But I go back to the Saquon Barkley move, picking him number 2 in the draft last year. Still hear criticism that the Giants should have taken a quarterback and built that way. They took the best rookie in the draft who's played above expectations. I would make the same pick every single time and find a way to build around him.
Manning now on 3rd and goal. He rifles one that's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way. Back to throw now in his own end zone. He's got a man complete. The 40. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there on the catch and run. 73 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. The first carry for Josh Adams. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
He can run for it, and he will. Now a hit, and Foles loses the football. It's out. And who's got it? The Giants! Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. They've got it 1st and 10 inside their own 20-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Manning to throw on 2nd down. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. First catch there for OBJ, and that good for a 1st down. So Manning to Beckham in this defense, they better hone in on that connection.
Once he gets going, look out.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Zebra.
Manning now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Hey, we got a second here. Let's go back to Week 15 following the win over Green Bay for Chicago. Happiness rained down on the field. The Bears claiming the NFC North title, but one Bear took his celebration to an extreme. I know you saw this.
Yes, I certainly did. Charles Leno Jr., left tackle for the Chicago Bears, got down on a knee and proposed to his girlfriend Jennifer. So not only celebrating an NFC North title, but now his proposal accepted by Jennifer, who will now be Mrs. Jennifer Leno Jr.? No Jr.
No Jr. By the way, smart move because she's not going to say no in front of 60,000 people.
Well, I've seen it happen before. Not pretty, but not in this case.
To throw, it's Manning. He may try and run for this. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down.
Hey, go 56. 27's to Sam. 27's to Sam.
It's a sneak, Manning. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. They only needed a few inches, but convert on 4th. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now this time Manning will throw. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
27's to Sam. 27's to Sam.
A handoff to Barkley. And that one blown up quickly. as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. He finds Beckham complete. Manning able to find OBJ there for a Giants 1st down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well.
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Manning going to throw over the middle to Beckham. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A Giant 1st down. Manning to an open Beckham.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the 1st half. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Shotgun now for Manning. It's caught. Beckham. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
There goes 56, 27 to Sam, 27 to Sam.
They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Zebra.
To throw again. Manning. This will be caught just inside the 10. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these 2 teams as we come back for this 2nd half. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the 1st half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they did.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Nigel Bradham. He's the one who finally gets him down for what will wind up being a loss of 16 yards. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Working from the gun, Manning under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jordan Hicks in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now Manning to Shepard, complete over the middle. He's at the 50, 30, 20. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard, 98 yards. And the Giants add on to their lead. And that's the type of play that will give your sideline some juice, a long touchdown pass.
And it's like a bolt of lightning, isn't it? That suddenness of that play brings everyone to their feet in the stadium, and he takes it all the way to the end zone. Give him credit for making that type of a play call, even more credit for how they executed it. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Foles. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now Foles. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Here we go, here we go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had the incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. B.J. Goodson coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And the kick by Elliott is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
New York set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone. And
just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Manning to Barkley on the check down. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it's a 2nd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now Manning throwing on 2nd down. And he's hit and taken down. Eli sacked. Brandon Graham in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him?
And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete to Tate. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Golden Tate, 41 yards. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And New York set to take the field. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 right at the 30. Here's Manning to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And it's 2nd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Past the 20, 10. And oh, at the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose. And it's picked up by the Eagles. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. They'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Well, that's a good first step, but several steps still to go.
They still have time for the possible game-winning field goal. Time for them to be quick and hurry at the same time.
Back to throw. He's going to let it. And got his man complete. They give him a gain of 38.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And two big plays, one after the other. Now all of a sudden, they're on the march.
Got to feel good about what they've just gotten done, and now feel really good about what's in front of them.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got two more to use here in the final stages. Again, here's Adams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. He's back to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And that is no good. Wide to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. So we've seen these be tricky from time to time. You know, you've almost got to cut the ball to make it go through. And this time he cut it a little too much, and he sliced it.
Yeah, and he'll tell you, no excuses on this one. It's a kick every NFL kicker should be able to make in his sleep. But your word was definitely correct. He sliced that one, and he'll miss it wide to the right.
They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And he'll take this one only up to about the 21. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. 2nd and 9 now from the 21.
27's a sound. 27's a sound.
Manning looking to throw it. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. The Giants on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. To throw is Manning. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on first down. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
27's a sound. 27's a sound.
Manning will take a knee, and that should be the final act in this one. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Or are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it?
Of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Giants are winners as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.
If the squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Yeah. Hey. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. 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 Same squad, same squad, same squad. Drop top, coupe, dodge, raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Same squad, same squad, same squad. Drop top, coupe, dodge, raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Same squad, same squad, same squad. Cross move quick like AI. Chain shine bright like
Let's get started with some of the basics of Madden Ultimate.
Little watch y'all like to change.